One of the most common mechanisms or strategies, techniques, whatever you want to call it, that musicians and artists alike employ when they're trying to get better at their craft is to simply emulate or copy people they believe or who are much better than they. It's a pretty simple concept. You're listening to, let's say, a Charlie Parker record, and you're a saxophone player, and you're wondering how in God's name did he do that riff? And you sit there and you listen to it and you try to play it, right? You look at a painting of whomever, Edward Povey, whatever, whoever, and you sit there and you look at those pictures and the colors and the drawings and whatever it is, and you're just, as an artist, you're like, how did they do that? I'm going to break it down. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to try to emulate those forms or emulate those colors. It's a super common technique. Almost any musician and artist will say, yeah, I've done that at one point, or I'm doing it all the time as part of what I do every day to get better. It's just one technique I use. Like, that is a really common thing. And so I was talking to my son the other day, and he was like, hey, Dad, if you're going to build a game, your first game is going to suck, right? And I was like, wow, thanks for the vote of confidence, son. I really appreciate that. But as I talked more about it and thought it through, he's not wrong. If you're an artist and a musician and you think back to your first composition or your first picture, do you point back or listen back on that and go, wow, that was incredible. Man, I nailed that. Probably not. I'm sure it was, interesting. Precious. No. You build up your skills by doing it over and over and over. And so as I contemplate making a game, which is what this entire YouTube channel is all about, is my journey to build my first game, I've decided I shouldn't build a game yet. I should emulate one and go through the process of creating a game that isn't one that I've spent a lot of creative juices on to figure out, all the art styles and the story and all that stuff. Rather, I'm just going to pick a game and emulate it and go through the workflow, the processes and techniques required to emulate that game. There's a bunch of fantastic side effects of that, not the least of which is it just reduces scope. And it just makes things easier for me to deal with. And I'll come out the other side with a brand new appreciation of all the skills required to do this game without the mental overhead of also having to create a new world and stories and characters and new sound effects and all those things. What I'm going to build is already there. So it's a great tool that I'm going to deploy. So what I'm going to be doing the next few months is I'm going to be building a replica, an emulated version of Call of Duty World at War, Nach der Untoten. Okay, so here is Call of Duty World at War. And to get at the level that we're going to play, you go to solo, do mission select, go to Nazi Zombies, Nach der Untoten. This is where the fun begins. Okay? So I want to just emulate the setup, the menus, and then just the whole overall feel of this thing. So here you are, start out, you're just like, oh, where the hell am I, right? You got a bunch of boarded up windows, and at the very first level here, it's like, okay, what's going on? I don't really quite get it. There's some crazy, okay, there's one. And basically these zombies are gonna come and start to break into my lovely little home here, and I gotta keep them out of the house. And you do this in various ways. Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay. And you hold F to rebuild the barrier, and that gives you cash. And with that cash, you can buy other guns, which is super cool. And what else is happening here? Oh, they're in the... Okay. How you doing? Okay. Oh, okay. And then you go rebuild these barriers. Okay. That was first level. First level done. They already broke into my little home. Okay. Level 2. Now, it starts to get a little bit crazier and a little bit crazier as each level starts to go down here. Where are they? So, and part of the fun, right, is like, where are they? You're running around like a crazy person. Oh, boom. Okay. Oh, how you doing? What are you up to? Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, how about that one? Uh-oh. Got a little trespasser over here. Hey, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Get it. Oh, boy. Okay, get out of here. Okay. Oh, come on. Point blank, I can't hit him. Oh my goodness, I suck. Okay. Is there anybody else coming? I hear them breaking. Oh, yeah, here you go. Boom. Stay out of my house. And that is it. And then it'll start to open up and you'll get more and more crazy things going on. And that is Nazi Zombies. Definitely worth playing. Now, this is an old game. This is a game I believe came out in like 2008. But it's still a blast. If you've never played it, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend getting on there with a friend of yours because you can do it multiplayer, which, by the way, I will not be copying that. And it's also first person, which I'm also not going to copy because I want to build a third person. But again, I'm not copying it. I'm emulating it. I'm going to grab the things that are super cool about this game, which is the atmosphere, the environment, the music. And again, I'm not going to copy the music exactly, but it's more the mood, right? And the setting. So I'm going to emulate / copy / use that as the context in which I'm going to learn a bunch of skills in order to go build that thing from scratch. And so the next few weeks to months, hopefully it's not more than that, is going to be showing progress being made on that. While at the same time in the background, I'm going to be continuing to have conversations and start to build up the story and the arc and the world of the game that I will ultimately build. But I'm not going to start on that quite yet. I need to get this one copy emulation done so I can say, yeah, I understand this. I have a better idea of scope. I have a better understanding of the processes in place. And now I'll go and attack the actual game. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I hope I hope you'll stick with me here. But if you haven't played that game, go play it. It's really good. See ya.